Remember when grocery shopping didn't require a small loan?
Yeah, now it's like walking into a crime scene and the victim is your bank account.
This is Jim. He thinks eggs should still cost what they did in 1978, and he's not wrong.
And this is Tab. She can turn a $5 grocery bill into a gourmet meal. But wait, what can you get for $5 anymore? And together we're Unretired AF.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Unretired AF podcast, the podcast created especially for the 60 and over rebellious bunch. And today we're going to be talking about inflation. But before we go there, we want to give a shout out to our subscribers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support.
Thank you.
And if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And we hope that you would consider hitting the subscribe button. All right. Well, let's start with sticker shock since the pandemic. I mean, everyone, I think, is feeling the pinch. Well, before we get started with this episode and get into it, we want to give a shout out and a thank you to one of our subscribers, Mike, who is at Local History with Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, for suggesting this episode on inflation. And it was a good subject. So Thank you so much, Mike. We really appreciate it. All right. So if we looked at 2019 versus now, we would be looking at eggs back then in 2019, $1.29 a dozen. Now they're average $4.50 a dozen, up 224%. And that rate is an average over the country. We know that with there's been a lot of culling of flocks because of the bird flu. So some places, depending on regionally, some places are fluctuating at around $6.
We were up there for a while.
Yeah, $6 a dozen, even like right now.
Yeah.
And then some places who haven't been affected by that are down to around $2.50. But the average in the country right now, about $4.50 a dozen. So 224% increase since 2019.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. Bread back then, 2019, $1.26 for a 1 pound loaf of white bread. Now we're looking at $1.91, up about 52%. That's a lot.
I haven't seen any $1.91 bread.
I know.
Even
the store brand is $1.91. I mean, the bread that we've been getting is at least $3, isn't it? So I think that's a very conservative amount right there. Laundry detergent pre-pandemic was about $7.83. Now it's over $10.66, up 36%. And just something that's a staple for, middle-class America, 80/20 ground beef. That was about $4.23 a pound pre-pandemic. Now we're looking at minimum. I mean, the average in the country, $6.12, up 45%. Well, it's even higher than that, some places.
Well, milk was $2.58. Now it averages $3.92. That's a 52% rise. Coffee, I mean, you're a big coffee drinker. I'm not that big. Hello to Bill in New Hampshire, the big coffee drinker as well. That was at $4.05 a pound. Now it's $7.54 a pound, up 86%. Why? Why are all these prices so high? How about bacon? Bacon was $5.61 a pound. So you could go and get a rash of bacon for $5.61 a pound. Now it's $7.10 a pound. That's up 27%. An oil change. I remember not very far ago, maybe like 2015 or so, it was like $39, $35.
Like Jiffy?
Yeah, like at Jiffy Lube. Then it went up to $60, and now it averages $90 to get your oil changed.
And that's with just standard oil. I mean, if you're using synthetic oil, what are you
it's
looking
over 100.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's over 100.
That's crazy.
So that can be up from 30 to 100%.
Well,
depending on the time period.
Well, and tell us in the comments what you're paying for stuff, what you've seen for, what you in your area, what you were paying, pre-pandemic, and what you're paying for, what you're paying now for it,
right?
And what kind of increases you're seeing, because it's been insane. It doesn't even make any sense at all, But it's not just that the prices are going up, but the sizes of everything is going down.
I know, crazy.
Well, and with this shrinkflation, we see cereal boxes that are half the weight in volume that they used to be. I mean, they used to be like this wide,
right?
Because they kept them tall,
right?
But instead of being this wide, now they're like super skinny and with half the weight.
Yeah.
And then I know for me, I would buy like pasta sauce. And it used to be like a 32-ounce jar. Then it went to a 28-ounce jar. And then the one I had the other day was like 22. It's like they're just shrinking everything, and it is super deceptive.
It sure is. Toilet paper rolls. Toilet paper rolls have gone back small again. You need 2 for every one of the size you used to. Now, granted, we don't. I'm sure Charmin or some of the major brands have that stuff that's very expensive. We buy I don't even know the brand we buy, Northern. We buy Northern, and it's everything is shrunk, just everything.
Yeah.
From just everything.
Well, and we aren't necessarily loyal to a certain brand of toilet paper.
We're not.
I mean, we buy what's on sale.
Right.
So,
we do.
And we've noticed a lot of it has shrunk down. Paper towel rolls have shrunk down. Everything. I mean, so many things that we bought. Chips, things like that.
Yeah.
Everything's
bags
small.
of cheese.
Oh, crackers.
Yes. Yes.
It's like and then they say on there, it's by weight, not volume, but that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because we know that they've both gone down, the weight and the volume.
And how about remember those little mini donuts? You used to be able to get those in the 6 wrapper.
No.
You're looking at.
I never have bought those because they taste like wax to me. They taste like wax to me.
Someone told me that the chocolate covered donuts used to be 6 in a pack, and now they're only 5. Those rat bastards.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's crap.
It is crap. It is crap.
Well, everything. Like even if you go. This is a slightly different subject. It's not grocery store, but, do you remember like a Big Mac used to be like a substantial thing?
Yeah.
Now it's just like a little 2-bite sandwich, compared to what it used to be. Everything has changed.
I don't go to McDonald's. So.
Yes, you do. You told me last time you went to the boat that you went to McDonald's. So don't. You're just fibbing.
You're
fibbing on national.
The McGriddles for breakfast are good. I will admit that. I will admit that.
They are good. All right. So, we all are aware of this shrinkflation. Let us know in the comments what you found also that's been shrinking, because it's terrible. Well, so what are we doing about it? What are we going to do about it? We're going to get creative. Well, our generation is pretty good at getting creative and figuring shit out. And so even with this is nothing new. We've been through recessions and inflation, high inflation before. We know what to do. So a lot of us are doing what we did in the 80s, which is going to what used to be called Price Club. Now it's Costco and Sam's Club. And I think Walmart and even some of the other grocery stores are starting to carry bulk items. So you can buy bulk items and save on your per unit price. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people growing their own vegetables. I see it on my social media. A lot of people are growing their own vegetables and sharing it with their neighbors and friends. So that's another way to save money.
Yeah.
And another way is to master the art of cooking cheaper cuts meat.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got kind of a ritual that on Tuesday nights, we look at what ads are coming out at the stores we shop in.
Right.
And we see what meats are on sale. So
the new sale starts on Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday, but they always pre-publish so you know what's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So if we see something we like, we'll go buy a couple weeks worth, and then I'll come home and then I'll vacuum seal it.
Yeah.
And put it in the freezer.
Right.
And some of the savings are substantial. Versus
really.
just running to the store and buying something fresh for dinner every night. Now, there is a little planning to that. You got to plan if you want something to make sure you take it out to have it thawed. But
right.
we make it good. So it seems lately like chuck roasts and petite sirloins and sirloins are like the thing. Well, I've found that if I use my pardon?
Smoker?
Yeah, the smoker, and then I'm trying to remember the church.
Oh, the meat church.
Meat church rubs that, man, you can have a very, very flavorful piece of cheap meat.
Yeah.
And it's nice and tender. And
you did a tri-tip recently too.
I did.
It was really good.
I did.
Because they had them on sale, I think $7.99.
And we've done tri-tips. We've done turkey breast.
Right.
We've
been smoking steaks. I mean, last night.
Smoking steaks.
Fry's, which is our Kroger,
right.
brand here in Arizona. They had
T-bones.
T-bones on sale. How much was
$7.99 a pound?
$6.99 or $7.99?
$7.99.
So he came home with some T-bones last night, and he smoked them for an hour, and then seared them. And oh my gosh, they were melting your mouth. Now that's a little bit more than what we would normally pay for dinner, but it's cheaper than going out.
Yeah.
And it would taste it with that meat church rub, you guys. If you've never tried it. Oh, do you remember which one it was? Something.
Holy moly.
Holy cow?
Holy cow, yes.
Holy cow. Because it was specifically for beef.
Right.
So good. I would recommend trying it. I'll put a link in the description for it if you're interested in it. It's really, really good.
So the key that I've found is, and I've smoked a lot of stuff, is low temperature for a length of time.
Yeah.
Low and slow. I like low and slow. I like the applewood pellets myself.
Yeah.
I like them. And then about 5 minutes before you think they're ready, I use a meat probe to know what the temperature is that is on the grill, and then I reverse sear them. So instead of searing at the beginning, I sear at the end.
Yeah.
About 2 minutes on either side. And
so good.
Man, it's good. It really comes out good.
Oh, it's really good. But, we filled up the freezer by doing that.
Yeah.
So then we had a problem because we'd see all these meat sales. And what do we do? So what we started doing is we would get like cross rib roasts and stuff like that, or London broils. They would have a really good price, like $5 a pound.
Yeah.
Jim would go and get a shitload of them and bring them home. And what I started doing is I just started chunking them in like 1.5 to 2 inch chunks and put them in a canning jar. And I would just dry can them, I didn't put any liquid or anything.
Yeah.
I just put the meat in them, pack it down really good, can it. I did pints, 75 minutes, quarts, 90 minutes. And what's great about that is that was shelf stable. Didn't have to go in the freezer. And what's really great about that is you can just get some barbecue sauce. I make homemade barbecue sauce, but you can, get whatever your favorite kind is if you like it from the store. And just mix that in with that.
Yeah.
And it makes it, all of a sudden you've got roast beef for a roast beef sandwich, and you've got all that. It's shelf stable, and you got it on a good price.
Or have noodles or rice and throw a jar of it in there, and you got an instant meal.
Yeah, you have to make some gravy with it, whatever. But there's a lot of options. That's another thing that you can do to take advantage of those sales if you run out of freezer space. That was my only thing. And then you have some options of what you can do with it when it comes out. But through all of this, one of the things that our generation is good at, honestly, is, and the way that we've survived everything that's happened in our lives up to this point is to laugh.
Yeah.
Well, we've survived recessions. We've survived high interest rate mortgages. I mean, back in the 80s, they were like 16%.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. We survived gas lines in the 70s. I remember that. And then you have to, depending on what your license number was, they had odd and even days for going to get gas. We went through that, and we lived through disco. So we can survive this too, right?
And if all else fails, we can go back to trading chickens.
Right.
I mean, at least
chickens.
Well, yeah, and they also lay for breakfast.
Right.
And hey, if prices keep climbing the way they are, we'll do black market chicken sales out of the garage.
I mean, we're not trying to minimize the inflation. We know it's really serious, but our channel is about sort of laughing through the tough times. There's plenty of other channels out there that are talking about how bad everything is.
Sure.
And, we're going to be honest and tell you that too, but we want to find ways and solutions, not just bitching, not just whining, not just fear mongering.
Yeah.
We want to talk about, let's get real about the problem, but let's figure out what are we going to do about it. And, the prices may be out of control, but we're not out of control.
No.
So we're going to adapt like we always have, like we always do, because that's what we're known for doing. We're going to be smart. I mean, we've been smart. We know how to save money. We know how to cut back on our budget. We know how to do that. We've had to do it our whole lives.
Yep.
And we're still here, and we're still going to be here.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah. So from one chicken trader to another, the economy may have mugged us, but we are walking away with our dignity.
Right.
Our head held high.
Yep.
And, maybe we've gotten a few good deals along the way.
A lot of good deals.
A lot of good deals. So we have a comment section. If you have any comments about this episode, or if you have a super secret recipe how to buy cheap cuts of meat and tenderize them, please drop it in our comments. We'd love to hear about it. If you have anything you would like us to talk about, to add content, please drop it in our content as well. We sincerely appreciate all our subscribers. We thank each and every one of you. If you like us, man, thank you. If you don't like us, thank you, but keep watching. So
we are an acquired taste, and we know that, but that's all right. We're looking for our tribe, and we're not going to change ourselves to be different. I mean, and like Jim said, if we're not your cup of tea, we're not offended. We're not offended. No. You need to keep moving along and pursue until you find what you're looking for. But for those of you that do, if our content makes you laugh or reminds you of the old days, or realizes that we're all in this boat together, which with the inflation right now, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We're trying to build a community of unretired AF people of like mind, and we hope that you'll come along with us for the ride, because we're going to get through it.
Absolutely,
we're absolutely going to get through it.
One chicken at a time.
That's right. So if you want to be part of that, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Well, we're not slowing down,
and neither should you.
And together, we're Unretired AF.